The top 10 weapons for Call of Duty Mobile Season 4. And we're starting out with the best LMG in the entirety of the ranked scene, being the Holger. With its superb ADS movement speed and big magazine size, it makes it the perfect angle holder. I will say this though, it's kind of slow to move around, similar to the FHJ, and may feel clunky if you're used to very fast SMGs. But if you want to download something quickly, you should definitely give COD Mobile a try, as they're sponsoring today's video. Link below at the top of the description. Number 9 is quicker, however, being the HVK. This thing can 2-tap to somebody's skull and wipe them out as the fully auto assault rifle. I get the magazine's small, but if you're accurate with this, it's almost unstoppable. 2 honorable mentions go to the M16 because it can still one-burst people, and also the fully auto mag has the potential to destroy anyone. Whereas the other honorable mention is the chopper, which is pretty much like a worse Holger. But I knew everyone would hate me if I didn't put it on the list because it is actually really good. Not as good, however, as these two in number 8. The MX9 and Fennec. Both very similar, extremely good time to kills close range, and if you're an aggressive player, you're gonna want to try out these builds because they shred. Number 7 is actually quite sad. This gun has been previously in the number 1 spot, and it's the Krieg. Unfortunately, just due to how many nerfs this thing has been receiving recently, it's no longer the best gun in the game, and no longer even the best assault rifle. Saying that, I still do love the iFerg, but if you don't have that, you're gonna have to put an optic attachment on, which is gonna decrease your overall attachments to be able to control recoil, ADS bullet spread, and ADS speed, which has really negatively affected it. However, this honorable mention is by far one of the most satisfying and fun things to use. We're talking about the R9 Shotty. If you don't use it, you should. But not against me, alright? I don't want to go against this thing because it's very annoying to play against. The other honorable mention here is the EM2. Again, pretty satisfying to use, but just doesn't deserve to actually be on the top 10 since there's others that can do the same job slightly better. Speaking of something better, we've got the Switchblade, which is a better SMG than the previous duo mentioned because it's slightly more versatile with a lot less recoil, and as we've seen from Call of Duty Champs, which Tribe Gaming won, it was one of the best SMGs. But if you're looking for some saucy sniper action, don't go further than the XPR SVD Wombo combo. Either of these will do good on both respawns and S&D, but I would definitely recommend the SVD for S&D and the XPR for respawns. Again, if you use these against me, I will not like you because they are very annoying. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the SKS, which if you remember when I was talking about the EM2, this gun does everything the EM2 can do better. 1 tap to the head, 2 tap to the body, and if you're really unlucky, you might have to use 3 bullets to kill someone. I know, 3 shots to kill someone? Terrible. I've been preaching this gun for the last 2 years about how good it is, and it is definitely beautiful. However, number 3 actually goes to 2 SMGs that are incredibly versatile, one of which is the CBR. I personally believe that any of the guns on this top 4 could be your favorite gun and best gun for your playstyle, so keep that in mind as we keep going. But this sub has a large magazine, low recoil, and great agility, which is very close to the COD. The only difference is that this bad boy right here, you're probably going to want to run a mag on, because even though it has 40 bullets, it runs out extremely quickly. In my opinion, I actually prefer to use the COD, but I think it's just because it's something fresh and new instead of tryharding with the same gun for the last 12 months. The last 2 honorable mentions are the DR Edge and the LK24, both extremely suitable ARs to be in the meta, and to be honest, the LK will probably crack this top 10 sometime very, very soon. But we're finally down to the top 2. And like I said before, any of these guns could be actually your favorite, and they will all work extremely well. But for me, number 2 is the Kilo. Criminally underrated by many pro players, it was dominantly used in the finals of the COD Mobile Championship and hasn't been adjusted since, which obviously means it's still as good now as what it was then. Also, since the Krieg got nerfed so many times, it's definitely the best assault rifle in the game right now. But the number 1 spot goes to none other than a duo, and we are definitely back in an SMG dominant meta, being QQ9, and also one of the most fun, exciting, and exhilarating things to ever grace the COD Mobile screen, the OTS SMG, which I got number 1 on global with. That being said, subscribe if mobile gamers are real gamers.